Hey guys, what's going on, dudes? It is David here. We are back with another video. Now, in this video, guys, we shall be discussing the Atlanta Falcons. Now, when it comes to Atlanta Falcons, I've seen most of the games. I've seen highlights of most of the games, and I'm not very happy with the way we played because from the first game, I knew I probably didn't want to watch a Falcons game. We lost to the Philadelphia Eagles. We almost lost to the two teams in the NFC East that had the worst defense. We got blown out by Philadelphia, 32-6. Then we lost against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, I'm alright with, because Tampa Bay is the defending Super Bowl champions. Yes, it is a rivalry game because they're in our division, but we all know Tampa Bay is a whole lot better than Atlanta Falcons right now. And then this past weekend, we finally got our first victory of the season against the New York Giants and Daniel Jones. But I just want to say, something needs to change. Something needs to change when it comes to this Falcons team because the offense is just not hitting it. I mean, the best player from this past game, besides the quarterback, obviously Matt Ryan, was Cordell Patterson, and he's not even our number one wide receiver. He's not even our number two wide receiver. He's not even number three wide receiver. He's a running back / wide receiver, and he had a great performance out there. And I'm very happy to have him because he kind of gives us a different option besides Kyle Pitts and Calvin Ridley as like a weapon. So we'll just have to see when it comes to this right now. But I mean, in terms of the offense for the stats for the season so far for the Atlanta Falcons are 27th in total yards with 904. They're 25th in passing yards with 656. They are 28th in rushing yards with 248. And they're 29th in points scored with only 48 points. The Falcons, with this offense, has only scored 48 points. Hearing that and seeing that is just unbelievable. Defense, which has been okay. The defense has been okay. First game obviously was a terrible game. We shouldn't have conceded that many points to the Philadelphia Eagles and that Philadelphia offense. But in the defense currently right now, the only stat I'd probably say we're bad in right now is points allowed. And that's obvious. We shouldn't allow that many points against Philadelphia. We shouldn't allow that many points against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Those two out of three picks that Matt Ryan threw in that Tampa Bay Buccaneers game should not have been picks. And the guys they were going to should have caught those balls because they were easy catches for them. But they tipped out the hands into the defensive guys, and they ended up getting, I think, a touchdown. One of the touchdowns off of it helped them beat the Falcons. So that game should have been a lot closer. But it's still just a disappointing performance from the Atlanta Falcons. 19th in total yards allowed and with 1,121. We're 17th in passing yards allowed with 766. We are 18th in rushing yards allowed with 355. And we are 30th in points allowed, which means we are the third team. We have let the most points in. Out of the 32 NFL teams in the NFL, we are the team that's allowed the third most points with 94. And most of those points came from our first two games. After that, it seemed like our defense actually kind of learned to not concede and not give up touchdowns and give up, plays, anything at all. Because listen to this, 32-6, Philadelphia Eagles, 48-25 loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 17-14 win over New York Giants. You see the difference is like the Philadelphia Eagles game when it was high with how many yards the defense let up. Then the Buccaneers game, it kept on going high, but it kind of was average because Matt Ryan threw 3 picks. And then in the Giants game, we really learned to keep solid and keep the defense go. Even though Matt Ryan should have threw that pick, I don't know how that wasn't a pick where the Giants were caught in their own end zone. I don't know how that wasn't a pick, but thankfully that did not get intercepted. And then Young Wei Koo ended up winning the game for the Atlanta Falcons. So, what does this mean for the Atlanta Falcons in the foreseeable future for Arthur Smith and Matt Ryan? Well, I'm going to be doing a Matt Ryan video later on this week, and you guys will get to hear my opinion on whether I think Matt Ryan's actually declining or not. But in terms of the Falcons' next few games, this weekend we'll be playing the Washington football team at home. Then we're going to be playing the Jets the next weekend after at home. And then we take two trips away. Actually, sorry, a trip away to the Miami Dolphins, where I will be attending that game. So I hope the Falcons can go on and win with Tua Tagovailoa out. Then we go on to play the Carolina Panthers at home, and then the Saints away. So you're actually gonna be shocked by this. Obviously, we're gonna pick up a win against the Jets. If we lose against the Jets, I think Arthur Smith has to go. If we lose against the Jets, Arthur Smith has to go. There's no reason we should be losing to a team that has a quarterback that's thrown 6 interceptions in the past 2 games. Zach Wilson threw 2 picks this past weekend, and he threw 3. Actually, he threw 4 against the New England Patriots the week before that. So, this coming weekend, I think we're going to beat the Washington football team at home. I think our defense is really shored up. We were missing Russell Gage. We were missing AJ Terrell against the Giants. Those guys are most likely going to be back for this coming game. The Washington football team is going to have, I think it's going to be Curtis Samuel back, but we already know how to deal with Curtis Samuel because obviously he used to play for the Carolina Panthers, so we know how to deal with him. It's Terry McLaurin and Taylor Heineke that we really get to deal with. But I feel like considering our defense has learned and the defense is like getting improved with Dan Pease and the Atlanta Falcons defense, I think the Atlanta Falcons will definitely have a very good chance at beating the Washington football team this weekend. The next weekend, I think we're going to score another win against the New York Jets, which will improve our record to 4-2. So we would go from 0-2 to 1-2 to 3-2 to 4-2, and then we're going to make it 5-2 because I think we're going to pull a shocker and win against the Carolina Panthers at home before losing against New Orleans Saints, which means before the Dallas game, before the midway part of the season, the Atlanta Falcons record would be 5-3, which would be a major turnaround considering the way we started 0-1 against the Philadelphia Eagles, 0-2 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, to 5-3 at the midpoint of the season when we played the Dallas Cowboys and probably lose against the Dallas Cowboys. And that would mean at the midpoint of the season, our record would be 5-4. But hey, a 5-4 record at the mid part of the season, considering the way the season started for us, I definitely take that as an Atlanta Falcons fan. Considering I just don't want I hate to say this, but I don't want us having a high draft because seeing us have a high draft pick just means the Atlanta Falcons suck, and I don't really want to see that. Yes, it means that we would get possibly a new quarterback, but I don't really feel like we need a new quarterback right now. I just feel like this offense just needs to learn, and Arthur Smith needs to start calling better plays, and the Falcons will start playing better because we have the weapons for Arthur Smith to use in this offense. He just needs to call the right plays and let Matt Ryan do his thing, and we'll see about that. Because when I talk about Matt Ryan in the Matt Ryan video that I'll be talking about soon, it's going to be very interesting because I've looked at Matt Ryan's stats and things are very interesting. But in terms of the Atlanta Falcons, offensively, we're definitely not doing good. Defensively, we're mid of the table when it comes to the NFL. We should not have lost against the Philadelphia Eagles. Tampa Bay, I'll take that loss because we should have lost them. And then we got rightfully a win against the New York Giants. So, I mean, besides the Eagles game, the Atlanta Falcons should really be 2-1 right now. But we're 1-2 and we're last in NFC South. So things are just going to have to change, and Arthur Smith is just going to have to call better plays. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Please do smash the like button. I'll be posting more sports content for you guys to see in the coming days. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell notification so you get my videos go live. But anyway, guys, I will see you guys all later. Peace.